music, yeah?
Of course.
You know the rules.
Sorry about that.
Graham, thanks for coming on. It's nice to see you. And I've been watching the Python repeats on BBC One.
Oh, yes.
Do you watch them at all, the old shows?
Yes, I do. It's sort of rather a long time ago now, isn't it? It's as though it's done by someone else.
Because that was a time when you were drinking a considerable amount, wasn't it?
Oh, more than considerable.
It was, what, 3 or 4 pints a day? It was of gin?
Of gin, yes. Yes, it was, yes.
That's quite a lot.
Those are the days.
Did you mix with anything, or did you...
Tonic, occasionally.
So it's about 3 crates of tonic a day, and there's a lot of stuff. But now you're more involved in, there's a different sort of dangerous thing in your life. It's a dangerous sports club, isn't it?
That's right, yes, a strange group of people. I was actually sitting trying to write one day at home, and I had a phone call from, I think it was the Daily Mail, but it may have been another of those newspapers, I'm not quite sure. They wanted to know what I would do if I won their £1 million bingo competition. And I said I would give it to John Cleese so that he could take an afternoon off. They thought that was quite funny, but a little cruel, and they printed this in the paper the next day and said also that I was interested in going to the Andes. And then I had a call that day, the paper was published, saying from a guy who was apparently the chairman of the Dangerous Sports Club, a man called David Kirk, who wondered if I wanted to go hang gliding over active volcanoes in Ecuador.
Did he think you'd won the £1 million bingo? Is that why he was calling you? Or he just... Possibly,
yes. I think there was some money in it somewhere. I was going to be used as some kind of useless mascot, I think. Helped me get a bit of sponsorship.
And so, but did you hang glide over the...
No. No, I didn't. No, I thought it was the wrong place to practice, really, over volcanoes. But I did get to know the people in this odd group, a very varied group of people, all sort of walks of life. But they have one thing in common. They all like to do things which scare them a bit.
What dangerous things have you done then with them?
I have done 2 things, but mainly because I felt guilty about being made a member of this club, a sort of honorary member, and I hadn't done anything dangerous at all. So I did eventually go to their winter sports in St. Moritz, and the rules for that are basically it should be an uncontrolled descent of a snow slope. There has to be something between you and the skis, thus making control impossible. And extra points for imagination in terms of what it is. It could be anything from a wheelchair to a grand piano to...
Did someone actually go down in the wheelchair then?
Oh yes, 20 people went down in wheelchairs.
Not on the same wheelchair, 20 people...
No, they haven't got a big enough one yet. There's a 3-man wheelchair though, I think. I went down in a wooden gondola, which was borrowed from some Italian restaurant.
Did you tell them what you're going to use it for when you bought it?
I don't know. They got this thing for me. I wasn't privy to all the details. They may have no possibility of getting it back afterwards, unfortunately.
Well, what about your new film project? I know you're working on a script called Ditto, is that right?
Yes, well, that should be... we'll be filming that in May of next year. That's a comedy, a farce, really. A modern-day one.
What's the plot of that?
I'm not going to tell you the plot of that.
Well, I'm glad to ask you that, Graham, because I didn't really want you to anyway. No, there's a game that I've heard you do involving coins and bottoms.
Yes, it's something I'm trying to popularise around the world. It's an old medical school sort of game, really. I was involved in a medical school at one point.
Would we be able to have a demonstration here?
And I am trying to popularise it around the world, so why not?
Well, I know you need a pint glass, don't you?
I do, and I need 3 coins, which I've got here. If you could place the glass, Jonathan, I hate to be telling you what to do on your own show, good heavens.
Well, God knows someone has to, Graham.
But just a little further that way.
Look further this way,
yes.
Is that okay?
For perfection, thank you. And then you need 3 coins. It's a bit proctological, I'm afraid.
That's the way we like it, though.
Yes. You place the coins somewhat perineally.
Do the size of the coins matter? Or is it not?
Well, they should be about a 10p sort of size, really.
Yeah, you don't want anything with sharp corners, though. You want to do it with a 50,
not sharp corners, really. And then you sort of walk as best you can.
You ever lost any up there, Graham?
Not yet. Towards. And this is the tense moment. I hope that's right.
Phenomenal price. Any kind of special exercises once you do with a pencil or something?
A normal kind of thing.
But, you see, it's...
That's it. Very good. Excellent. That's about a little further back. Yeah, very good. You've got it before.
Oh, great. Thank you very much. And, I believe you brought a little something along for the audience tonight, is that right?
Oh, certainly I have, yes.
A gift
yes, it is. Now, of course, time for the fish.
Yes, it is indeed. So.
Live fish. And some are dead. And they are very smelly. Lovely, smelly fish.
Thank you very much, Mr. Graham Chapman. Thank you very much indeed. Graham Chapman.